I know it's been a minute. Don't expect no regular videos from me right now because I'm in the midst of some things. And I don't know if it's a sabbatical, if it's consecration, or what it is. But when I do get into a moment where there's something that I feel like I need to share it. And right now is that moment. I'm in the middle of reading. And I'm going through my devotional, and it says, in the midst of the storms, there are moments of calm. I'll read that again. In the midst of the storms, there are moments of calm. And many times we feel like when we are going through, when we see a minute where it seems like it has broken, we get too excited. We get overexcited and we start celebrating a little bit too soon. And then things still continue to happen. And that's because we were still in the midst of the storm, and that was just a little break in the storm. This is so I think about this through what I was dealing with when I felt like I was out of the wilderness, and I had started writing about it. I was doing all of the things because I was in a place of ease. I was in a place of calmness. And then something happened and life shook me up again, and I realized that God had to show me, no, you are still in the wilderness. You just had a moment of calmness, a moment of peace, a moment of just a breather to actually sit back and look at what was going on. But I can't take you out of this just yet because I'm still refining you. I'm still pouring into you. There are still some things I need you to see. There are some things I still need you to learn through this process. Because yes, in the middle, you've been going through the process of unlearning and relearning, but I still have to build you. But in the midst of this storm, there was a moment of calmness. In the midst of the wilderness, there's still a moment of calmness. That does not mean that you are completely out. That does not mean that you give up. That does not mean that you stop doing what you've been doing. Because when you are committed to this life, and as a believer, we're always going to go through. We're always going to have things that we are dealing with. Because out of that is how a lot of what we go through is for God's purpose. For us to show others how we got through that process, how we navigated, what occurred, and how God brought us out, and how God was present during that time. A lot of times people ask, well, why did God let this happen? Did God let it happen, or did the devil let it happen? But when you sit back and you think about it and he brings it back to you, you realize he was there. He was present. And think about how bad it would have been if he was completely not there. You're still here to talk about it. So that lets you know that he was present in the midst of. He carried you in the midst of. He mentally took you away and kept your spirit and took your spirit away. They may have hurt your body, but they did not damage your soul because God was present. So I just want to remind somebody today that even though you've been going through it, and it may be a moment where you feel like there's a break in it, you finally see the sunshine, I want you to remember, in the midst of storms, there will still be a moment of calmness. Don't get off track. Don't let that knock you off course and feel like you can go back to doing this thing on your own. You still need God. He has to stay prevalent in your life. He has to be first, regardless. So y'all have a blessed day. I don't know when I'm gonna make another video. I'm just doing them as they come and as I feel like it. But yeah, because I'm going, it's a season right now. It is a season, and it's okay. And the plans that I have, every time I make a plan, it's like he's giving me the broader picture, but he's giving me steps at a time. And I can't rush the process. And I can put a timetable out there, but in so many ways, he say, hold up, not just yet. Because I drove back from where I was to Mississippi from where I was, and I'm back in Mississippi. I drove here on Wednesday, and I was supposed to be headed back to Georgia today. Ice and snow cannot. And it's just reminding me, you have no reason to be in a rush. You're not on your timing. I'm on God's timing. He's already given me the deadline. And me trying to rush back and do things and take care of things in this amount of time, you don't have to. You're going to get there. Just take this time and live in this moment and worry about right now. So he put a break on it. He put a pause. I press play soon. But while I'm right here, pressing pause, and even I was in a moment, I think he had to stop me because I felt that I was in a place of, I felt the overwhelm trying to kick in. I felt the overwhelm trying to make me anxious and the anxiety trying to set in. And he had to pump the brakes again and show me I'm still in control. I am still in control. So y'all have a blessed day. Hello everyone. I know it has been a minute. Life is doing some interesting things. And to be honest, this year I'm focused more on my YouTube and posting over there, because last year I kind of put it to the back burner and was just doing a lot of TikTok. So especially with this whole ban and all of that crap, we're going to be focusing on YouTube. But I am going to be posting over here. Not sure how it's going to look. But I'm going to try to work on it. But I am leaving an award ceremony at my church. We did our Wayfinder certification today. And though I didn't get certified today because I started late in the program, but we did get an award for being a part of different life groups. So I just encourage everybody. So our Wayfinder program is for disciples. It's for building disciples and for us to go out and build other disciples. And I want to encourage anyone. A lot of times where I struggled in faith in the beginning is where years ago and growing up is because I was going to church, I was learning all the things and all of this, but no one was instructing me or directing me on how to actually live what was being taught in the church. And it wasn't being reflected at home, it wasn't being reflected just anywhere. Nobody around me was actually living what God has instructed us to do. So I advise anyone, if you are a believer and you kind of struggle with how you're supposed to be living, seek discipleship. And if you are someone that you feel that you are actually walking the walk, then I want you to start discipling others. Go out and teach others how to live this life according to God's will and to spread the gospel and to build his kingdom. And it doesn't have to be complicated, because a lot of times discipleship is just looked at as just teaching. It's not that. Discipleship is actually living life with people and living life together. And because you're showing them how you are embodying the word in everything that you do, everything that you say, the way that you walk, the way that your life is being lived. Because we're not going to get into heaven by just the things that we do. It's all about our heart. And God has called us to love everyone, to love him with our full heart, our full mind, and our full soul, but to also love thy neighbor. And loving our neighbor is being able to spread his teachings. And we are all here to call to be disciples. And you have to think back into the Bible how Jesus was with his disciples. He did everything with them. He lived life with them. So in our everyday lives, either we need to seek discipleship or we need to take it upon ourselves to go out and be leaders and to disciple others. So I don't want to go too hard. If you just, like I say, if you need discipleship, reach out to someone. I do have a couple that I'm discipling, but hey, I am trying to open up for more space. Hopefully I got some things in plans. I don't want to speak too much because, baby, there are monitoring and familiar spirits out there. I want you to be, if you're one of those people that's constantly talking, watch how much you get accomplished when you keep your mouth
Stop letting the enemy know what you have planned. So I got a lot of things that I'm in the works of doing, and I'll be bringing forth and mentioning more information once I'm ready to. But like I say, seek discipleship or go out and disciple others, because we are all responsible for spreading the gospel and building God's kingdom. I have a blessed Saturday.